Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Gordon, and I'm the host for Replenish's Dine Below the Line for the second year in a row. Yes, clap me. We are so excited to welcome you to this friend raiser, and it's a friendly culinary competition featuring local celebrity chefs paired with local food pantries, showcasing delicious and nutritious recipes consisting of food found right in these pantries. Yes, they are. I just want to thank you for taking the time to join us. And I want to thank those who have made this live stream possible. Of course, this friendly culinary competition is what it's all about this evening. And we are going to show you a series of videos, and you are going to vote based on the judging. You're going to judge the chef's food, their creativity, the nutrition, and most importantly, the budget. Because right now with inflation, it's all about the budget. We want to know how to cook nutritious meals on a budget. Now, once you have a favorite choice, you're going to click on the link in the chat. It's right there, and cast your one-time only vote. You can only vote once. It's very important. I'm going to say it again. You only have one opportunity, so make it count. And I want to thank you in advance for your vote. Now, I want to just welcome all your comments and all your supports in the chat. Get active, talk, carry on. Tell us what you're doing, where you're from. So I want you to also take a moment and comment on my guests. I have a lot of guests for you. And to get us started, we are here at First Presbyterian Church in Metuchen, and we have with us the mayor of Metuchen. Ta-da, ta-da! Mayor Bush is here. Put your hands together. Clap, clap, clap in the comments. Come on over here, Mayor Bush. There you are.
How are you? Hey, everyone.
There you are. Listen, it's good to see you. It's good to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I know that Jane and Margaret spoke about food insecurity. I'm jumping right in there because I think that number is quite alarming. 1 in 8. And you guys are doing such good work. Share with the audience how do you stay so I would say on the point, on the pulse of what is happening with food insecurity in this community?
Yeah, it's been so incredible. From one of the first weeks that I became mayor of Metuchen, I've learned about the volunteers at First Presbyterian and the work that they do. Wow. And it's just absolutely incredible to see them continuing to thrive, even in spite of the pandemic and all the hardships that everyone's had. And Sarah Teti, who is the the coordinator of the program here, she's coming up next. She's way more interesting than I. But I will say that during the pandemic, right, when we first were concerned about the impacts, not just the impacts of obviously of the virus, but the overall concern of the domino effect.
Which is what happened, right? It was a serious domino effect.
We turned to Sarah. And
Wow.
we immediately, echoed to our community, not just Metuchen, but the greater Edison and Middlesex County community, to say that if you need help, that we're here. And one of the first things we did, and you could talk to Sarah about how they pulled this off, because I still don't really understand, was that they still stocked this place with volunteers, and they stocked these pantries. And ultimately, they made sure that through this whole thing, right, through this whole process, which is obviously continuing because those domino effects continue now, that they were ready for the need. And there were moments where it was specifically requested that we ask the greater community for some of the assistance that they needed, but there was never a problem. And this town is one of those places that just rises to the occasion.
Oh, yes.
Week after week, month after month.
That's why I said what I said, because that has been what's been said about this town and this community and how they continue to rise to the occasion. And they say leadership is important. And I think under your leadership, we're going in the right direction.
Well,
we just want to thank
I
you.
appreciate it, but it's the leadership of this institution,
True.
of this community,
We'll give it to them.
of the volunteers here that inspires me, and
That is true.
inspires me to keep going with them at the helm.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely,
Mayor
it's
Bush,
great
for
to see
being
you,
here.
Sharon.
Great
And
to
thank
see
you, and thanks to
Thank you.
everyone. And
Yes.
I don't know if you can virtually taste this food.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I'm sure the county's videos will do the trick, but I've had one of the three so far, and very, very incredible that this stuff came.
We're telling you, you're going to have to be in the house next year. That's all I'm saying to you. Because you hear what the mayor is saying, it's serious.
Delicious.
I said it's
I mean,
delicious
really,
food.
I'm not just saying that.
It's true.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks,
Thank you
everyone.
so much, Mayor. All right. There you have it. That's the kind of evening we're having this evening. That was Mayor Bush just sharing with you about not only his enthusiasm about the work going on here at First Presbyterian's Church Food Pantry, but just even about the friendly culinary competition that's happening right now. Now, help me welcome my next guest, Miss Sarah Teddy, and she's director of the First Presbyterian Church of Metuchen Food Pantry. And that's who you heard the mayor mentioning at the start of our interview. Now, Sarah, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And this is an interview that I've been looking forward to, because I'd like you to tell me and tell everyone out there in live stream world, how did you get involved in the food pantry in the first place?
Well, I was actually involved in hunger and homelessness since way back in college, 20 years ago. I was the
Shout out to college. Shout out to college. Gotta shout out.
Douglas College,
All right.
Rutgers
Great.
University.
Yes.
And we had a hunger and homelessness campaign through the New Jersey Public Interest Research Group, and I was the chairperson of that committee. So I was familiar with Middlesex County and Elijah's Promise and all the great things that were going on there. But that was a long time ago. When I saw the job here at First Presbyterian pop up, it was a no-brainer.
Just the next step, right?
It was
Just a natural-
2017. Yep.
Wow. Now, can I ask you something? How was the food pantry affected during COVID? I know the mayor kind of made mention to you guys just stepping up, and I've heard others speaking about that. Can you share with the audience about that?
Yeah. So when the pandemic first began, I was really excited that our township took what we do so seriously. They immediately called the Office of Emergency Management, had me in to say, what are we going to do? And it just speaks to our town that they thought of us.
Yes.
And we switched into a drive up mode. We made sure that all of our volunteers were kept safe. And we just did what we could with the help of Replenish. They were unbelievable.
And we're underscoring that, right? With the
Yeah.
help of Replenish. Replenish. And when we say replenish, we mean it in so many ways. As we speak of replenishing, what great lessons came out of the pandemic for you? And for me, I want you to just share with folks, because I know you have a lot. We've spoken, you've shared, but share with folks just what great lessons for you. Somebody out there might learn something from this.
Yeah, the biggest lesson that I learned, and I've thought about this question, is that we have the ability to shift our gears so quickly with the help of our volunteers. We went from one kind of process for serving our clients, and we completely turned it on its head to protect everyone and make sure everybody was served. And we did it, I wouldn't say effortlessly. It was a lot of effort, but we were able to do it, and we were able to keep doing it, and we were able to just keep changing with what was going on.
And you know something, I want to say this. I say, Sarah, it's Miss Teddy. But It's change being the only constant,
Yeah,
right? And being willing to change.
that's right.
And so thank you for your change and changing. And can you share with folks how they can find you online?
Yeah,
'Cause that's important as we replenish.
Yes, please follow us on Facebook at FPC Food Pantry. On Facebook, that's FPC Food Pantry on Facebook. And then we also have a website, fpcweb.org, and you can go there and just click on Food Pantry.
Make sure you do that and put your hands together for Miss Sarah Teddy. And guess what? We have a video that we're going to watch from the Metuchen Food Pantry. Oh, yes. Remember, you get one chance to vote. Make it count.
Everyone, I'm Sarah Teddy. I'm here from the FPC Food Pantry, and I'm here with Chef Dan. He's going to be our competing chef for the Dine Below the Line event. And we just wanted to tell you a little bit about Chef Dan and a little bit about our food pantry. We are the FPC Food Pantry here in Metuchen, New Jersey. We serve about 120 families per month through a client choice system here in our store. And so our clients are able to come in once a month and pick out the food that they want to eat. And Chef Dan was able to come in and shop in our store for his meal as well. So why don't you tell us about what you're cooking?
Sure. Just to give you a little background information, I've been a chef for a little over 40 years. I've owned 2 restaurants here in town, Dan's on Main and Pearl Street Cafe. Now I'm semi-retired and doing a lot of writing. What I've been working on for the past couple of months is a Mexican cookbook.
Yes.
But like real traditional, authentic, things. But the menu is going to be a chicken and black bean tostada, an esquites, which is a corn salad, which is a very popular street food in Mexico, and finish up with a Mexican bread pudding. And it was great, how many things we could get from the food pantry for the tostadas. We have canned chicken, black beans. I was very excited to see Rotel tomatoes.
Yay.
And then for the corn salad, we have the canned corn. And for the bread pudding, we have all sorts of things. Bread, which you always have here, non-fat dry milk, which worked out great. And I'm sure there are plenty others that I forgot, but we'll go through those as we're making the recipes.
It sounds delicious. I can't wait to try it. So let's head to the kitchen and see how it's made.
Let's get started with tostadas. Okay, a tostada you can think of as like an open-faced taco in essence. So we're going to start with a base of tortillas. And as mentioned before, we're going to have canned chicken, some onion, some garlic, some black beans, and of course your typical spices, garlic, chili powder, cumin, and as I said, we have the great Rotel tomatoes, which have some chilies in them. You can use regular diced tomato if you like. No big deal. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our onions and our garlic. That should be good. As far as measuring the ingredients for this kind of dish, the variations are limitless. You can really do whatever you like. But we're going to do a simplified version today. That normally, you'll see when we serve, the beans are normally ground up or refried beans are used. And they get spread out on the tortilla first, and then the filling comes. But we're going to just, to simplify things, we're just going to put everything together. Now you're noticing that I'm using the liquid as well, because I figure there's a lot of flavor there. I'm afraid that if we drained off the juice, that it would be kind of bland, and we don't want that. So as always, little salt, little pepper. But let's add some sauce, the adobe from Chipotle's, which are dried and smoked jalapenos. Give it a little bit more oomph. We're going to let that simmer for a little while. Let that liquid reduce, before we finish off the dish. So let's go on to our esquite. So it starts off with some corn. And what I did was, so I took the liquid from the corn and reduced it in the pan first, and then added the corn and just added the same spicing. Little garlic, little cumin, and a little bit of chili powder. Not a lot, just to give it a little bit of oomph. Now it's just a matter of mixing it up. So some scallions, some jalapeno, some cilantro, cilantro, a little bit of mayonnaise. Okay, you don't want it to be too wet. And of course, little salt and pepper. And don't forget, little squeeze of lime. And there you have it, esquites. All right, let's get back to the tostada. That's looking pretty good there. So let's take our tomatoes, drain them off a bit since we have all that liquid already. And of course, our garlic and cumin. Okay, and we're going to add our black beans. I think we're ready to go. So, as I said, traditionally, it goes on a fried tortilla. Today, I'm using a flour tortilla. Okay, and then we're just going to finish it very simply with some shredded lettuce and a little bit of crumbled cheese. For our last course, we're doing a Mexican bread pudding. What makes it Mexican, you ask? Cinnamon. It's very simple preparation that you take your bread. The bread is best if it's a little stale because it'll soak up better. And then, as I said before, we use non-fat dry milk. 3 cups of non-fat dry milk. Vanilla extract. The cinnamon. Now, I'm not going to give you measurements for the cinnamon and the, vanilla extract. I love it. I don't, I just go for it. Okay? Half a cup of sugar and 3 eggs. You mix it all together. And then what you want to do is put your bread in, break it up by hand, and put it in your milk and egg mixture and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now the trick to a really good bread pudding is you don't press the bread into the milk and egg. Just let it soak it up like a sponge and it makes for a very light thing. All right, so let's see what we have here. And you know it's done when it's kind of soft but firm at the same time. That it's not liquidy, and it can be topped off with either honey or maple syrup. Do a little bit of both. And that's it, Mexican bread pudding. I hope you all enjoy this. Thank you very much.
And we're back. And joining me now is Deacon, the very handsome Deacon Ed DeVoe, and the very handsome Chef Brian from Steakhouse 85.
I was hoping for the handsome.
I am happy this evening, surrounded by these 2 very handsome gentlemen who are going to talk to us about their work. Now, the first thing I want to do is welcome you, but I really want to know. Let me start with Deacon first,
Okay.
Chef. Deacon DeVoe, can you tell us how you got involved with Sharon's Baptist Church and the food pantry?
So about 8 years ago, new pastor, new deacon chairman, and we just asked the question, had the conversation. Let's start a pantry. We were fortunate enough to have Mayor Cahill's office contact us regarding the Feeding New Brunswick Network,
Right.
and we recreated the pantry. And it's been going strong ever since with the support of first our missionary ministry, and then under COVID protocols, the deacon ministry took over, and we've been feeding people for the last 8 years.
Amazing, amazing. Well, Chef, I have to. So Steakhouse 85, for those of you who don't know, is the place to be. And so I have to ask the
Making
question.
me blush.
You must, because you've done the work.
Okay.
We need to, and here you are giving back, but share with folks, how did Steakhouse 85 and Sharon's Baptist, my namesake, by the way, did I say that before? Sharon's Baptist Church, my namesake. How did you guys come together? I mean, different sides of the tracks and all that. Okay, you know what I mean. All right, but you know what I mean. But
Well,
tell us the story.
it's a two-part answer.
Okay.
The first part is that we've been open for 15 years,
All right.
and we've been blessed to be very busy. We've been very busy for 15 years, and the community of New Brunswick and the surrounding community have done us well. They've always supported us for 15 years. Even like when we had COVID time, they went out of their way to support us. And we have always gone out of our way to try to support anything local that we can do in our local community to try to help people. And then Mr. Ed here is a very loyal customer of the restaurant, and he had reached
To a fault.
Yes.
I'll be soon too.
It's not his fault. Apparently, it's pretty good.
Okay.
But he had reached out to us and said, "Hey, I'm involved with the Sharon Baptist Church. We're doing this event, and we had no hesitation. We said we are in. We're good. Let's go, because we've always tried to be involved, and there was no doubt. Let's go. So.
And he's a let's go kind of guy. And they are let's go kind of folks. And I just want folks to know that you can find them in person and online, and I'm going to have them share that with you. And then we're going to watch the video, because remember, you only get to vote once for the People's Choice Award. So what I want to know, how can people find you online? Well, when we get to you in person, we go to the steakhouse.
Yes.
Online.
Well, the website for the restaurant is steakhouse85.com. Very simple. That's how you can get a hold of us. You can get all of our information.
Steakhouse85.com. How simple is that? You got that?
Even I could remember that.
Exactly. And Deacon, how do we find you and Sharon's Baptist Church online?
Sharon Baptist Church is on Facebook. You can find us SharonBaptistChurchNJ.org.
Okay.
I believe it's .org.
Yes, it's on.
And certainly for the pantry, we are in the Feeding New Brunswick Network directory and the Replenish directory as well.
Yes, _replenish, because that's what we're here doing today. And you are meeting our guests or folks who are part of the community that is supporting Replenish. And of course, the competition is on, because you're going to watch their video now. And remember, you get to vote once. Thank you both for your time and all that you're doing for the community. And we're coming to Steakhouse 85. And we're going to come on over to Sharon Baptist Church too for a blessing. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Brian Carlick. I'm the executive chef at Steakhouse 85 restaurant in downtown New Brunswick. And we're excited that we have been asked to participate in a great event. We're pairing up with the Sharon Baptist Church right in New Brunswick. And I'm going to be the chef liaison for an event called Dine Below the Line. How it's going to work is chefs from various restaurants are going to get together, and we're going to utilize ingredients that are found in a local food pantry, and then take those ingredients to create some innovative, fresh, exciting dishes, and then share those recipes with the community so that they can also use those things. So today we're going to prepare 3 dishes. So our first dish, the chowder, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a stick of butter. So add into that butter, we're going to add some carrots, celery, and onions. While you have the carrots, onions, and celery going, you're going to want to take another pan and put a little bit of color on your Spam. You're going to want to get that caramelization, that brownness that's going to cook on the outside of the ham. That's really going to add a great depth of flavor. And then when you add it to the chowder later, it's really going to flavor the entire soup. And now we're going to make our roux. So we're going to take a cup of flour. So now that we have our roux formed with the flour and the butter, we're going to slowly add some chicken broth. Stir, stir, stir. We're adding 4 cups of milk. All right, so now that we come up to a simmer and it's thickened, we're going to add our Spam, the can of corn, our black beans, and just for fun, I found a nice can of okra. At this point, you want to cook it for about 2 minutes. And then my secret ingredient, Old Bay seasoning. You finish it with a little bit of chopped scallion. Beautiful. So for our next dish, we're making a pan-fried Asian-style cabbage roll. We have a pound of ground beef, 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic, a tablespoon of chopped ginger, and 2 scallions chopped, 2 tablespoons of cilantro leaves that we've kind of roughly torn up, half a cup of cooked rice, 1/8 of a cup of shredded carrots, and then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're gonna mix it all up, and there we are. Step 1. So the next step in our dish is we're gonna work with the cabbage leaves. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take off that core, see that, and then we're gonna slowly work these leaves off one at a time. So now we have our pot of water boiling, and we're gonna blanch our leaves. And you're gonna wanna blanch them for about 3 minutes. So now we're gonna take them out, get them into that boiling water, and just shock them right into place. And now we're gonna add our big heaping spoonfuls of our beef mixture. What we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of fold the sides in to kind of create a, sealed pouch. And then let's roll these guys up. So now we're gonna fry our cabbage rolls, all right? One at a time, be very careful. You wanna lay that seam side down because it's gonna cook that seam and then seal that cabbage roll up. And put a little color on the other side as well. A little bit of water. And then cover our rolls. And just let them slow steam for about 10 minutes. Now to finish our dish, we're gonna make a little bit of a dipping sauce. Very simple, just 3 ingredients, but delicious. It's gonna be about 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and a couple of chopped scallions. Pan-fried Asian-style cabbage rolls with a sesame soy dipping sauce. All right, so now for our last dish, our dessert, we're gonna make peanut butter and banana pancake crepes. So what we're starting with is a cup of pancake mix. All right, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of milk, and we're gonna add 1 beaten egg. So we're gonna stir this up with a whisk with one solid cohesive mix. So now we're gonna make our crepes. What you want is a nice hot non-stick pan, a little bit of cooking spray, just a little bit of this batter, not a whole lot. We wanna roll it around the pan the best that we can to make it nice, thin crepe. Then we're gonna give it a flip, and then we're gonna take our peanut butter. Now listen, chunky, smooth, it's up to you. If your house is anything like mine, that's a big argument. I'm a chunky fan, we're using chunky today. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold them twice. We're gonna fold it in 1/2 like this, okay? And then we're gonna fold it again. And our peanut butter crepes are ready to be dressed. We're gonna take a little bit of butter, we're gonna melt it down, we're gonna add brown sugar. Then we're gonna take our banana, sliced up, and that's it, we're ready to go. Spoon some of these sauteed bananas over the top. And there we have it, 3 great dishes that were done at a super low cost. I hope you enjoyed.
And we're back. Yes, and now with our final contestant. And tonight, please help me to welcome Father Marshall Shelley. We call him Father Shelley. And he is pastor, he's chef, and he is representing the reigning champions. Well, we say St. Peter's Food Pantry, but it's really Alice's Cub Food Pantry.
Absolutely.
And Kathy Decker won last year, hands down. Not able to be here to represent this year.
The mantle passed to me, and I had to pick it up. So I had to give it my shot.
There it is, Father Shelley. Tell us all about. Well, first of all, thank you for being here.
It's an honor to be here. I'm really pleased.
I want to hear just quickly a little more about how you felt, about being the chef this year for the competition. Just talk to us about that. What was that feeling like for you?
Well, first terror. Absolute abject terror, and then you get over it, and you start to think about what you might cook. And one of the things that this was a real pleasure for me was that this was really a trip down memory lane for me.
Oh.
Each of the 3 dishes has in it those elements of what it was like to grow up where I did, to grow up with friends who were hungry, who were experiencing food anxiety and distress, and going to their homes and being fed at their tables, and the things that we were able to eat and the way we were able to eat them really was a blessing. So to bring some of those dishes here and share them with everybody was really a blessing. So.
It is such a blessing to have you. And you mentioned about growing up. And I think that, would you say that that's part of the reason why you are so committed and connected to this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Spotswood at Community Foot Ministries, the focus is on making sure that people know faith, they know comfort, they know food, and they get help, you know?
Yes.
And so the aspect of this is making sure that no one goes away from the table hungry. With Alice's Cup, we're continuing Alice Ryan's great legacy. She
Wow.
founded the pantry, really organized it from the get-go.
Oh.
And then when she had to step away, we renamed the pantry in her honor. So the
Amazing.
cup is always full, and we can't wait to share it with folks.
Yes.
So
Amazing. Well, we're going to share with you. Remember, we told you you get to see everybody's video. So the video is coming up next to show you what Father Shelley is going to be sharing with you tonight. You have to do me a favor. Remember, you get one chance to vote.
one chance.
One chance. Pay attention. Remember, it's about the creativity. It's about the budget. And he mentioned that,
about the
right?
heart, right?
It's about the heart. Love. And I'm going to go taste the love soon
There
in
you
the
go.
food. But we just want to thank you. Watch the video. How can folks find you online?
The easiest way to find us online is www.stpetersspotswood.org.
I want you to say it one more time. Sorry.
www.stpetersspotswood.org. So 2 S's in the middle. You can Google us as well. There's the shop at St. Peter's, our thrift store. There's the community supper. There's Alice's Cup Food Pantry. And of course, when we're together, we also tend to worship and praise God along the way. And we're always happy to welcome people home to St. Peter's.
It's what we do. We praise and we worship God. We want to thank you. It's time to watch our last video. See you soon.
Thank you. Hi, Father Marshall Shelley coming to you from St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Spotswood, New Jersey. It is an honor to be here with you tonight to cook for Dine Below the Line. I'm also the 36th rector here at St. Peter's. That means going back to about 1756. We've been active here on the corner of Main and DeVoe and Spotswood. Community Supper has been running for almost 30 years now, and we're really happy to be able to tender 130 to 140 meals per week on Wednesday evenings to folks who are hungry and in need. We also have a mobile mini mart food pantry that serves that population, along with, of course, Alice's Cup, one of the banner food pantries here in Middlesex County that does some of the shop by choice food pantry donation support so that people can find the food they want in addition to what they need. For Dine Below the Line, I've tried to create a menu that incorporate all of the strictures that you have here. Everything that you see is in some way obtainable at a local food pantry, but also make sure it stays accessible to everybody who is in a place of hunger or food anxiety. So we're gonna start with dessert out of your basic yellow cake mix, which I have. Into that, instead of a half a cup of oil, a cup of yogurt. And that increases the creaminess and the richness. Of course, then you have the eggs that go in. The other thing I want to tell you about this is we're doing dessert first because not only cooking for you guys, but cooking for the ladies who volunteer in the shop at St. Peter's. I know they always say this in cooking shows. I wish you guys were here. This smells so sweet, so creamy, so good. Don't worry about being neat. It's a dump cake. Whatever pie filling you want to use, dump it in across the top. Let's get it in there. It's going in the oven, 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. Cherry yellow cake dump cake. For the main course, we're doing a braised pork stew with beans and greens. The beans and the greens are intended to extend any meat dish, and as you add that extra protein from a legume or a pulse, and also add dark, heavy greens like collards or kale, you're increasing the nutritional value, but it's also reducing the cost. You can do this according to the recipe, probably for about 8 to maybe 10 people, and feed them very well. And you can add a starch to that like rice, couscous, pasta, potatoes. We're going to be serving with tortillas, whatever you need to do. Meat today, I am using pork shoulder. The idea here is you can use any kind of meat. It's just an issue of adjusting cooking time and expectation. Recipe will work for chicken, it'll work for beef. Again, these are all things we see from time to time in the pantries. It just depends on what surplus and the USDA comes up with. You want to make sure that you have all your meat really well seasoned. And speaking of seasonings, I've got the seasonings garam masala and chili powder for warming spices. We have mustard as well as thyme and oregano, a little bit of cumin, and of course a little more black pepper. Again, this is always to taste. Make sure you have the oil heating up here. In goes the fat. That's the first thing that gets its run. Make sure that gets a chance to brown off. Remember, you always want to brown off meat in batches. Get a good sear, and the meat also picks up a lot of moisture. For our stew, onion, celery, pepper, or any kind of chili that you like, carrots. Usually about a half a cup of each in proportions. Once you're ready with your vegetables, your aromatics, that your spices go in. And remember, we have mustard, we have cumin, we have garam masala, those are the warming spices. We have thyme and oregano and black pepper, and you can get a sense of what this is going to sort of smell like. Wish we had smell-o-vision. It smells great in here. You do this with a little bit of beer, but you can use, and I've got this as well, orange juice. So whatever you use, make sure it's got flavor in it. You probably want about a cup and a half. Make sure you scrape up all the good bits. You can see this is already thickening and darkening into a good broth. I've got these dates that I've cut in half. Again, what this adds is richness, sweetness. Okay, we're ready to add in our greens. I've got collards and kale here. I know it looks like a lot, but don't worry, it will cook down. We've got some stock here. We're using bouillon because that's less expensive. As always, watch your salt intake if you've got health issues. Then we've got all this reserved meat and juices. That'll go in. This is ready to cover and cook in the oven until you're happy with it being done. Remember, I'm cooking a large quantity here. This is not what your recipe at home is going to look like. We're feeding a lot of volunteers today. So for the appetizer, these little cornbread morsels, one of the great things about this is that everything here is really economical. The regular cornbread box is always in the food pantry. And proteins like chicken, the same thing with diced chilies. Basically all we're out here is some baby bell, a couple slices of bacon, and an egg. This is really an economical way to do things, and a little bit of milk, we're all set. In here we're going to brown off. Nothing glamorous about this, it's real simple and direct. An egg was provided by one of our parishioners. I want to thank them for that. I have some chickens in their backyard. Need a cup of milk right here. There you go. Diced chilies. So we have the chilies, the milk, the egg into this mix. Mix in a little bit of chicken and the bacon, and then we'll jazz it up with a little cheese morsel. Simple, full of flavor. In fact, a little more flavor. Chili powder, give that a sprinkle, and you're all set. Now we're going southwest. So I put the chicken in, and we're just waiting for the bacon to get done. And when that is ready, we'll mix it all in. So now you see what we have here. That's going to get spooned into our muffin pans. I did oil or grease up my muffin tin. Cook per package instructions until they're done. Once we get those in, pop a little bit of cheese into the center of each one. These will go in the oven 13 to 17 minutes. Again, this is per the package instructions, but remember you've added a lot in here, so just keep that in mind and keep an eye on them, and they're going to be done when you think they're done. Okay, now we have the cherry dump cake, the chicken cheese cornbread puffs, and a reminder that this is a wonderful group of people who are volunteering with St. Peter's. It's about $25 per family of 4 to feed on these recipes, including the meat and everything are available in a local food pantry. Looking forward to feeding everybody at Dine Below the Line for Replenish. Take care. We'll see you on May 12th. Bye-bye.
all my interviewees once again for your time, your commitment, and your support for this very important event. Replenish, dine below the line. I want to say thank you to our lovely judges as well. Yes, please. The Board of Chosen Commissioners, Commissioner Capel, Commissioner Nara, Commissioner Tamaro, Jerome Magaru, and of course, the acclaimed, the one and only Chef Carolina Maratti. And of course, all of you, give yourselves a round of applause. And now is the moment that we've been waiting for, and I'm going to invite Jennifer to come up here with me as we do this. Where's the drum roll when I need it? There it is. I love it. This is how we work together. Keep the drum roll going. And so the People's Choice Award goes to
Team New Brunswick and Steakhouse 85.
Come on now, let's get a little louder than that. And the winning team goes to, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Once again, Team New Brunswick and Steakhouse 85.
Yeah. And so we'd like to, yes, you're supposed to come up. You're supposed to come up. And there is something special, I think. Jen, where are you? Okay.
So you won People's Choice and Judges Vote. Both gift cards. And your participation in our Dine Below line, wooden spoon, and if the shirt you need a different size, you can see Jane and Margaret.
So we need to make it a real photo op, right? Because Jen is not, Jen, you have to hand it to him. We're setting this up properly, and come right in front of the table. There it is, and there it is. That's it, and there it is. Tracy's camera too. We're good? Okay. And there's more. There's more. Don't go anywhere. The winner of the raffles. Are we ready?
Well, why don't we ask all our chefs to come out and get their participation?
We're going to do that now. Get all the chefs out, get their prizes, and then we'll work on the raffle. So get all our judges, all our chefs up here. Where are they? All of our wonderful chefs. And please let them feel good when they walk out. There they are. Yes. Yes, come on out. Come on down. Right here. Just come. There we are. Just, here he comes. Come on now. There we are. Yes, yes, yes. Come on over here. We want you on this side to receive your lovely gifts. We turn around. Yes, all the judges, please. Come on up, judges. In here. We gotta get it close. Yes, this is a close one. Let's do it. Scooch in, scooch in, scooch in, scooch. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, we need you up here. Yes. All right. You started this. Ah, come on in. How about it? Squish, squish. We're good. Okay, great, great, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah. How many prizes do we have? How many prizes do we have?
We have 15, but I kind of screwed up. There's going to be a lot of like extra tickets that aren't here, but I was gonna say, like, that's the build suspense.
Okay, so what do we do? So we have
people could-
15?
there's
So just 15.
We'll just keep
So
going.
just call him, okay.
But they're-
So everyone, you want to get your tickets out now? This is your time. And our first, right, I know that's what it is. I know that. We met last year. And the first ticket that Amy gave me, the first winning ticket is 5600. I think they all are going to start that way. So everybody got excited for a minute. Everybody got those. Here we go, though. 596. There we have a winner. One winner right there. I have to trust but verify, though. I know we're in church, but I got to trust but verify, right, Amy? Because, you know, we don't want any. I'm only teasing. I'm only teasing. I'm only teasing. There you go. So this is yours. Definitely a match.
Okay.
Yes, she gets a prize.
You can get the centerpieces on the table. That's
There it is. All righty. Next winner. Last three numbers are 688. 688. 688. No. Going. That went. 577. There you go. That centerpiece is. That's what you're getting, right? The centerpiece. They're all centerpieces. But we just want to make sure you. We just want to send the investigator out to make sure your number is. I think so. A little shifty going on there. We just want to check you out. The next winner, 668. That's you. That's yours. Tracy, please investigate right while you're there, please. You get it going. And then the next one, 616. There it is. I love it. We have so many winners. Yes. And 663. 663. 663 going once. 663 going twice. And they're no longer here. 662. There it is. 662, got it. That centerpiece belongs to you. 624. 624. Yeah, I love it. I love that. There you go. I love that. Yes, no. 614. 614. Going, go. That's you. Oh. So there it is. Look at that.
Tracy, there's two extra ones on the back table, too. Tracy, there's two extra ones on the back table.
Okay. So what are we up to now? Are we almost done? 623. 623. 6, 2, and 3. All righty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've gone 8. 8. 5, 6. About time we change, right? 5, 6, 7. 5, 6. No? Don't worry. I got you. I'll do it. 5, 6, 7. No? All right. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7 in the nick of time. There you go. This gentleman gets centerpiece, Tracy.
There's an extra one in the back, yeah.
Okay. Keep it going. 608. 608. Going?
No.
Going? Left the building. 635. 635. 635.
Build them.
Can't do this, Amy. 586. Wow. Really in a dud there for a minute. Okay, let me stir it up. We had a winning streak and then I don't know what happened. I think you should pick them now. 568. 568. All right. There you go. 568. I think we have 5 more to go, right? 5 more to go. 674. Oh, we're done? 674. Okay. How many more do I have? Any?
Yes, okay. 652, that's for you. 652, I know it's for you. Didn't I tell you I would take care of you? All righty then. That's all yours. 652 right here. Okay? But she won right here, Tracy. 664. All right, Tracy, we have a winner right here. And I think that may have been, does that conclude it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or one more? Okay. And our final card. It's an easy one. I know this winner is here. 657. What are we doing here? What are you doing to me? You got me looking kind of funny now. I can't be calling all your cards. No, you win. You won. It's yours. It's 657. It's fine. Oh, okay, all right. How generous of you. How generous. Thank you.
You should go to Atlantic City.
Yeah, we should. You should, definitely. 587? 587? All right. We got a winner? No? False alarm. Is it?
Yeah, we got a winner.
Oh, so we're good. Are we done now? One more?
One more.
One more. 599. Okay, wait. So 599, we have a winner. So give it up for all of our winners. And then we have some gifts for Diana. We need you from Magyar Bank. We need you up here right away. It is imperative that you come to the stage immediately. Immediately, Paige and Diana. Here she is. Ta-da! We have something special for you. Thank you for your support. Photo op, photo op, photo op, photo op. Where's the photo op? Got it? Okay, Tracy. All righty. Thank you. Anything else? Who else? Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, thank you. Tracy, photo op, photo op, photo op. Tracy.
Busy.
Tracy. Photo op. Photo op. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this
Thank
for
you, of course. Anybody else? Any more gifts? Okay, so give yourselves a round of applause. And I just want to thank you for being such a good audience. Now, I would be remiss if we did not close out without paying homage to one of our biggest advocates, and that's Deputy Director Armwood. For those of you who knew him, you know how big his heart was. And he lived his life with such honor and integrity and remains a bright light in all of our lives. And he truly showed us that one person can make a difference. As he would say, don't hate, help. We miss him dearly and continue to be inspired by his legacy. And I say, rest in peace, my friend. And again, my name is Sharon Gordon, and it's been an honor to serve as your host tonight. And please have a great night and keep on donating. Replenish, replenish, replenish. Thank you.